Hello, friends! I want to let you know that the channel is moving to a new one. I look forward to seeing you all on the new channel. The venue coordinator's email subject line read, Contract Amendment. Additional party added. I stared at my phone. We hadn't requested any amendments. Mr. Hayes, the email started, per your mother's call this morning, we've updated your September 14th contract to include a second ceremony. Jessica Martinez, your cousin as she mentioned, will share the 4 to 7 p.m. time slot. Split billing has been applied to both parties. I read it 3 times. Claire was in the shower. I could hear the water running through the bathroom door. My mother had called our wedding venue, without asking, and added my cousin's wedding. To our day. To our contract. Coffee went cold in my hand. The email had arrived 6 minutes ago. My thumb hovered over the call button for Hannah, our venue coordinator. Claire walked out, hair wrapped in a towel. She took one look at my face. What's wrong? I handed her the phone. She read it. Blinked. Read it again. Her jaw tightened in that specific way that meant someone was about to have a very bad day. What the actual fuck? Not a question. A statement. My mother called the venue, I said. Added Jessica's wedding to ours. Without asking us. Without asking us. Claire set the phone down on the counter. Careful, deliberate. The way you set down something before you throw it. We're not doing this, she said. I know. I mean, we're not doing this. Not the shared venue. Not the joint ceremony. Not any of it. I need to call Hannah first. Figure out what actually happened. Claire nodded. Picked up her own phone. Started typing something. I didn't ask what. I dialed the venue. Hannah picked up on the second ring. Lakefront Events, this is Hannah. Hannah, it's Nathan Hayes. I just got your email about the contract amendment. Pause on her end. Keys clicking. Oh, yes. Your mother called this morning. She was very insistent. Said it was a family tradition to share wedding venues. Family tradition. We didn't have a family tradition beyond my mother finding creative ways to spend money I'd already allocated for other things. How much would my cousin pay? I asked. Half, $14,000 each. Your mother said you'd be thrilled to help family. Thrilled. Right? And what's our cancellation policy? Another pause. Longer this time. For your wedding? Yes? Let me pull that up. Section 12.4. Cancellations with 60-plus days, notice receive a 75% refund of deposits and payments made. How many days out are we? 68 days, Mr. Hayes. I did the math. We'd paid $18,000 so far. Deposit plus first payment installment. 75% back would be $13,500. Thank you, Hannah. I'll call you back. Is everything okay? It will be. Hung up. Claire was watching me from across the kitchen island. Cancellation policy? 75% refund if we cancel now. She didn't say anything. Didn't need to. My phone buzzed. Text from my mother. Did you see Hannah's email? So excited. Jessica is thrilled. Come for dinner tonight. We'll coordinate details. Coordinate details. For a wedding she'd added to mine without permission. She wants us to come to dinner, I said. Claire laughed. Sharp, humorless. Of course she does. My parents lived in a brick 2-story in Lincoln Park, 20 minutes from our apartment in traffic. We pulled up around 7. My mother's white Lexus sat in the driveway next to another car I recognized. My Aunt Carol's Honda. They're already here, Claire said. Ambush. Yep. We sat in the car for a minute. Neither of us moved to get out. We could leave, Claire offered, and deal with this over the phone? Fair point. We got out. Walked to the front door. I didn't knock. Never had to at my parents' house, just walked in. The dining room was visible from the entryway. My mother sat at the head of the table, Aunt Carol to her right. My cousin Jessica next to her, smiling at her phone. Wedding binders covered half the table, color swatches, fabric samples, a printed seating chart. My mother looked up. Her face lit up in that performative way that meant she was about to ask for something. Nathan, Claire, perfect timing. We were just going through color palettes. I stayed in the doorway. Claire beside me, arms crossed. Jessica jumped up, rushed over like we were all in on some grand secret. This is going to be amazing. We'll coordinate colors. It'll be like a double feature. My bridesmaids can wear dusty rose, and yours can wear mauve. They'll complement each other. Claire's expression could have frozen Lake Michigan. We're not sharing our wedding, she said. The room went silent. Jessica's smile faltered. Aunt Carol set down her wine glass. My mother stood up, smoothed her blouse. Regrouping. Honey, let's talk about this like adults. We are, Claire said. We're adults who didn't consent to sharing our wedding venue. Nathan. My mother addressed me directly now, ignored Claire entirely. You make good money. Jessica and Tom are just starting out. This is what family does. You share. Jessica nodded. Eager, entitled. We already told people September 14th. You can't back out now. It's only fair. Fair. Nothing about this was fair. My Aunt Carol leaned forward, elbows on the table. Don't be selfish, Nathan. The venue holds 200 people. You're only inviting 120. There's plenty of room. My mother pulled a paper from one of the binders, slid it across the table toward me. Jessica's guest list. 85 people. Most are family, you know. It makes perfect sense. I picked up the list, scanned it, recognized maybe 15 names. The rest were strangers. Jessica's friends, her fiancé's family. People I'd never met. You've already made her a guest list, I said. I helped, my mother corrected. She needed guidance. Claire made a sound. Half laugh, half something darker. Guidance. Right. My mother's smile tightened. Claire, I know you're upset. But this is how families work. We support each other. Support, Claire repeated. Is that what you call hijacking someone's wedding? Hijacking is such a strong word. What would you call it? My mother didn't answer, turned back to me instead. Nathan, be reasonable. Reasonable. For 3 years, I'd paid their mortgage. $1,500 a month, $54,000 total. Because Dad's consulting business had dried up and they couldn't refinance. For 18 months, I'd covered my sister Emma's car payment. $400 a month. $7,200. Because she'd co-signed for her ex-boyfriend and he'd defaulted. Last year alone, I'd paid $8,000 in medical bills for my father. Because their insurance had a deductible they couldn't meet. Reasonable meant I kept writing checks. Unreasonable meant I stopped. We're not sharing the venue, I said. Jessica's face crumpled, actual tears forming. But we can't afford another place, not one that nice. That's not my problem. Aunt Carol stood up, chair scraping against hardwood. Excuse me? That's your cousin, your family. My family who apparently thinks my wedding is community property. My mother moved around the table, put her hand on my arm. The touch was light, calculated. Sweetheart, you're being dramatic. We're just asking you to share a little. You've always been so generous. Generous, past tense implying it should continue. Claire stepped forward, put herself between my mother and me. We're leaving. Claire, we're leaving. And if you change Nathan's venue contract again without his permission, we'll be calling a lawyer. She turned, walked toward the door. I followed. Behind us, Jessica started crying louder. My mother's voice pitched up. Nathan, don't you dare walk out that door. I walked out the door. Neither of us spoke for the first 5 minutes of the drive home. Claire stared out the window, jaw still tight, hands clenched in her lap. Then, this isn't new, is it? I kept my eyes on the road, streetlights sliding past. What do you mean? Your family treating you like an ATM. This isn't the first time. No. How long? I exhaled. 4 years of receipts and bank transfers scrolling through my head. Parents' mortgage, 3 years, $1,500 a month. Jesus. My sister's car payment, 18 months, $400 a month. Nathan. Dad's medical bills last year, 8,000. She turned to look at me, profile lit by a dashboard glow. How much total? I did the math. Quick, depressing. Maybe 80,000 over 4 years. $80,000. Roughly. And they invited us to how many family events? I thought about it. Birthdays I'd missed. Holidays I'd worked through. Dinners I'd been told were immediate family only. 3, maybe 4. Claire laughed. Same sharp sound from the kitchen. 3, maybe 4. And now they want to share your wedding. Apparently. We pulled into our building's garage. I parked, cut the engine. Neither of us moved. Claire unbuckled her seatbelt, turned to face me fully. Either you handle this or I will, and you won't like how I do it. What do you want me to do? Whatever keeps me from calling your mother and explaining exactly how contract fraud works. She got out, slammed the door, walked to the elevator without waiting. I sat in the car for another minute. Phone buzzed in my pocket. Ignored it. Already knew what it would say. Upstairs, Claire was in the bedroom. Door closed. I went to my office instead. Small room off the living room, desk, laptop, filing cabinet full of tax returns and receipts I'd convinced myself I'd never need to reference. Opened the laptop, created a new spreadsheet. Title: Family Investments, 2022 through 2026. Started filling in rows. Parents' mortgage, $1,500 per month. 36 months, $54,000. Sister's car payment, $400 per month. 18 months, $7,200. Dad's medical bills, $8,000. Lump sum. Emergency loan to Aunt Carol, $3,000. 2 years ago. Never repaid. Wedding gift for cousin Mike, $500. Down payment help for my parents' Lexus, $4,000. New roof for their house, $6,000. The list went longer than I expected. Things I'd forgotten. Checks written for just this once that became patterns. Added columns. Amount given. Amount repaid. Thank yous received. Filled them in. Total given, $83,400. Total repaid, $0. Thank yous received. 2. Both via text. Both followed within a week by new requests. I stared at the numbers, tried to feel something. Came up empty. Opened a new browser tab. Pulled up our venue contract. PDF saved in a folder labeled Wedding. Scrolled to section 12. Cancellation policy. Cancellations submitted 60 or more days prior to event date will receive a 75% refund of all deposits and payments. Cancellations submitted between 30 and 59 days prior will receive a 50% refund. Cancellations submitted fewer than 30 days prior will receive no refund. We were 68 days out. Paid $18,000 so far. Would get back $13,500. Opened another tab. Typed Maldives elopement packages. First result: Barefoot Bliss elopements. 3 nights, overwater villa, private ceremony, photographer included. Starting at $11,000. Clicked through. Found the package. Read details. Round-trip flights. Airport transfers. 3-night stay in an overwater villa with glass floor panels. Private beach ceremony at sunset. Officiant, photographer, 200 digital photos. Total cost, $11,300. Less than we'd get back from the venue cancellation. I sat back in my chair. Looked at the 2 tabs. Venue contract. Maldives package. The bedroom door opened. Claire patted down the hall in sleep shorts and one of my old college shirts. You're still up. Looking at numbers, she came into the office, leaned against the doorframe. What kind of numbers? I turned the laptop toward her. Showed her the spreadsheet first. She scrolled through. Face unreadable. $83,000. Over 4 years. They repaid 0. 0. She scrolled back up. Looked at the column headers. Amount given. Amount repaid. Thank yous received. 2 thank yous, both followed by new requests within a week. She clicked to the next tab. Venue contract. Read the cancellation policy. 75% refund. If we cancel now. She clicked to the third tab. Maldives package. Read through the details. Looked at the photos. Overwater villa. White sand beach. Turquoise water. 11,300. She looked at me. Something shifted in her expression. Not quite a smile. Something steadier. You'd actually do it? You said either I handle this or you do. And this is you handling it? This is me choosing you over people who see me as an ATM. Long pause. She stared at the screen. At the villa with the glass floor and the private deck. Book it, she said. I'll call my parents in the morning. They'll understand. You're sure? I'm sure we're not sharing our wedding with your cousin. I'm sure we're not funding another event for people who don't invite us to theirs. I'm sure I want to marry you on a beach with no one else's guest list involved. She kissed the top of my head. Went back to the bedroom. I pulled up the booking page. Filled in dates. September 12th through 15th. 3 nights. Overwater villa. Premium package. Added flights. Chicago O'Hare to Valana International. Business class because we'd have a 10-hour layover and I wanted her to sleep. Total, $11,270. I entered my credit card information. Billing address. Contact details. Cursor hovered over the confirm booking button. Phone buzzed. Text from my mother. Nathan, we need to talk about tonight. You embarrassed Jessica. Call me. I looked at the text. Looked at the laptop screen. Looked at the spreadsheet in the other tab. $83,400. $0 repaid. Clicked confirm booking. Confirmation page loaded. Booking reference number. Itinerary, PDF. Welcome email from the resort. Phone buzzed again. Another text from my mother. Didn't open it. Put the phone face down on the desk. Forwarded the itinerary to Claire. Subject line. September 14th, just us. She replied 10 seconds later. Perfect. The venue cancellation form had a required field. Reason for cancellation. I typed, family attempted to hijack event without consent. Deleted it. Typed, change of plans. Submitted at 7:03 in the morning. Hannah called 5 minutes later. Nathan, I just saw your cancellation. Is this about yesterday's amendment? My mother made unauthorized changes to a contract she's not part of. I'm so sorry. She said she was co-hosting. I should have verified. Not your fault. What's my refund timeline? 7 to 10 business days, $13,500. Thanks, Hannah. Nathan, your cousin called 10 minutes ago, asked about her half of the deposit. Her half? Of my deposit. For my wedding she'd hijacked. What did you tell her? That I'd need to speak with you first. Tell her there is no half. There's no wedding. Not here. Hung up. Claire was making coffee. Handed me a mug without asking if I wanted one. She knew. Done? Done. How do you feel? Like I should have done this 3 years ago. We met Claire's parents at a coffee shop near their place in Evanston. Her mom, Patricia, and dad, Robert, former accountant who'd taught Claire to balance a checkbook at age 10. Patricia hugged Claire, looked at me with concern. So, what's going on? We're eloping, Claire said. Maldives, just us. Patricia didn't miss a beat. Because of Nathan's family? Because I'm tired of funding people who don't respect us, I said. Robert set down his cup. Funding how? I pulled out my phone, opened the spreadsheet, handed it across the table. He scrolled, face shifting from curious to concerned to something darker. Jesus, this is financial abuse. Patricia leaned over, read the numbers. $83,000? Over 4 years. And they repaid zero. Zero. Robert handed the phone back. You're doing the right thing. Eloping, I mean. Not the 4 years of this. Patricia reached across, squeezed Claire's hand. We'll handle our side. Family will understand. Yours won't. Robert pulled out his wallet, set a credit card on the table. If you need help with the flight, we're covered, I said. But thank you. He nodded. Pocketed the card. Offer stands. We finished coffee. Hugged goodbye. Patricia whispered something to Claire I didn't catch. Claire laughed. First real laugh I'd heard in days. In the car, I asked what her mom said. She said your family sounds exhausting and she's glad you finally grew a spine. She said that? Her exact words. My phone exploded during a budget meeting at work. 14 texts in 8 minutes. Mom. Hannah called. What did you do? Jessica. You canceled? My venue was counting on your deposit. Aunt Carol. This is the most selfish thing I've ever seen. My sister Emma, silent for months. Mom's crying. Call her. 3 cousins, 2 uncles. Jessica again. We told everyone September 14th. You ruined everything. I muted the group chat. Put my phone face down. Finished the meeting. Checked messages after. 23 total now. Mom called 4 times. Didn't call back. My office receptionist buzzed around 3 in the afternoon. Nathan, your mother is here. She's insistent. I closed my laptop. Went downstairs. Didn't want a scene in front of my team. Mom stood in the lobby. Mascara running. Purse clutched in both hands like a shield. You embarrassed me in front of Carol and Jessica. You committed contract fraud. I was helping. Jessica can't afford. Not my problem. People in the lobby pretending not to stare. Security guard by the door watching us. After everything we've done for you? Her voice pitched higher. This is how you repay us? I pulled out my phone, opened the spreadsheet, turned it toward her. You've accepted $83,000 from me in 4 years. I've been invited to 3 family events. Do the math. She didn't look at the screen, looked at my face instead. That's different. That's what family doesn't hijack weddings. If you don't fix this, we're not coming. None of us. I pocketed my phone. Then don't come. Walked to the elevator, pressed the button. Doors opened. I stepped inside. She called after me. I didn't turn around. That evening, Claire showed me her phone. Facebook opened to Jessica's page. Public post? Posted an hour ago. When family abandons you right before your wedding. Guess money matters more than blood. Praying for cousin Nathan's soul. Broken heart emoji. Praying hands emoji. 47 comments already. Aunt Carol. Disgusting behavior. Someone I didn't recognize. What happened? My college friend Mike. Wait, what? Emma. There's more to this story. I scrolled further. 3 cousins I'd helped with textbooks their sophomore year. All commenting about greed, selfishness, family values. Claire took the phone back. You going to respond? Not to her. I opened my phone. Found the Hayes family group chat. 38 members. Aunts, uncles, cousins. People I saw twice a year at most. Started typing. Since my wedding cancellation is now public, here's context. Mom added Jessica's wedding to my venue contract without asking. When I canceled, I was accused of abandoning family. For transparency, here's what I've contributed over 4 years. Attach the spreadsheet as a PDF. Total given, $83,400. Total repaid, $0. Family events I was invited to, 3. I'm not funding a family I'm not part of. Claire and I are eloping. If you have questions, my number hasn't changed. Sent. Immediately left the group chat. My phone started ringing. Ignored it. Turned off notifications. Claire watched me from the couch. Feel better? Ask me tomorrow. My dad called late, after 10 at night. He never called. You didn't have to do that. She made it public first. The mortgage payments. I didn't know it was that much. You never asked? Long pause. I could hear the TV in the background. Mom's voice saying something I couldn't make out. Your mother thought you were doing fine. I am doing fine, but I'm not doing fine and paying your bills and being disrespected. More silence. Jessica's venue fell through. The backup place. Burst pipe or something. She's talking about suing you. For what? Canceling my own wedding? I don't know. She's upset. She can be upset. Where are you going? For the wedding? Maldives, September 14th. Same day as the original. He didn't respond to that. Your mother won't take this well. She hasn't taken anything well in 4 years. He hung up without saying goodbye. Weekend before the flight, we packed. Claire pulled her dress from the closet. Simple white, knee length. $200 from Nordstrom rack. No veil, no train. No 8 bridesmaids asking if dusty rose suits their skin tone. I held up my navy suit. Already owned it. Wore it to client meetings. No groomsmen, no choreographed entrance, no cousin I barely know giving a toast about family values. She laughed. Folded the dress into her carry-on. I showed her the villa photos again. Glass floor panels. Fish swimming underneath. Private deck over turquoise water. 3 nights, ceremony on the beach, photographer included. How much per night? Less than your monthly mortgage payment to my parents, she smiled. The irony. We finished packing. 2 carry-ons, 2 outfits, swimsuits, sunscreen. Marriage license already filed in Illinois. Valid for international ceremonies. My phone buzzed. Text from Emma. Mom and Dad are planning to come to the airport tomorrow. They know your flight time. I screenshot it. Sent it to Claire. She read it. Typed back 3 words. Let them try. I spotted my mother's car in the departure drop-off lane before I even parked. She stood outside Terminal 5, arms crossed. My father beside her looking miserable. Claire saw them too. You've got to be kidding me. I pulled into the parking garage instead. We'd walk. We regrouped by the elevators, carry-ons at our feet. We could go through a different entrance, Claire said. They'll just follow us to the gate. So what's the play? We go through, we don't stop. She nodded. Grabbed her bag. We took the escalator to departures level. My mother spotted us through the glass doors. Started walking. She intercepted us at the entrance. My father trailing behind her. Nathan, we need to talk. We have a flight. Cancel it. We'll fix this. Jessica found a new venue. Small place in Oak Park. You can still... We're not fixing anything, Claire said. My mother ignored her, looked directly at me. You're making a huge mistake. My father stepped forward. First words I'd heard from him in days. Son, just hear her out. I heard her out when she changed my venue contract. I heard her out when she called me selfish. I'm done hearing. My mother grabbed my arm, fingers tight around my wrist. You're not getting on that plane? I pulled my arm back. Her voice pitched higher, louder. After everything we've done for you, you can't just abandon your family. Other travelers turning to stare. A couple with matching backpacks. Businesswoman with a rolling suitcase. All watching. Security approached. Young guy with a radio on his belt. Everything okay here? My son is making a mistake, my mother said. Not to him, to everyone, to the whole terminal. Ma'am, you need to let them through. You don't understand. Ma'am. She stepped back, eyes wet, mascara already smudging. You'll regret this, Nathan. You'll regret this. I walked past her, Claire beside me, through security checkpoint. TSA agent barely glanced at our IDs. Last image before we turned the corner. My mother and father standing at the barriers. Dad's hand on her shoulder. Mom staring after us like I'd just committed a crime. Claire didn't speak until we reached our gate. Your mom actually tried to physically stop you. She's used to me folding. You didn't fold. No, I didn't. Business class. I'd used points saved from work trips. Worth it to see Claire stretch out in the lie-flat seat. She relaxed after takeoff. First time in days, I'd seen her shoulders drop. Your mom grabbed your arm, I know. In public. I know. We toasted with tiny bottles of airplane champagne, plastic cups, terrible ratio of bubbles to actual alcohol. Perfect anyway. I checked my phone before switching to airplane mode. 23 missed calls, 61 texts. Didn't read them, just turned it off. At 35,000 feet, family drama has excellent mute buttons. Claire fell asleep somewhere over the Atlantic. I watched her breathe. Steady, peaceful. We were doing this. Actually doing this. The villa sat on stilts over turquoise water. Glass floor panels showed fish swimming underneath. Tropical. Striped. Moving in lazy circles. Claire walked onto the private deck. Looked out at the ocean. This is insane. Our villa host, a woman named Aisha with a bright smile and a clipboard, brought welcome drinks. Something coconut-based with umbrellas. Congratulations on your wedding tomorrow. Thank you, Claire said. Aisha explained the ceremony setup. Beach, sunset, bamboo arch, white flowers, photographer included, everything arranged. If you need anything, just call the front desk. We want your day to be perfect. She left. Claire turned to me. This cost less than the centerpieces at the other venue. And nobody here will demand we share it. We sat on the deck, feet dangling over the edge, watched the sun set over water that looked photoshopped but wasn't. Silent. Holding hands. Nothing else needed. I woke up on September 14th. The date that was supposed to be the big day. Guest list of 120. Venue for 200. Open bar. Plated dinner. Cake with 4 tiers. Claire was already awake, standing on the deck in my t-shirt. Today would have been the big day, she said. Today is the big day. Aisha came by mid-morning, explained the schedule. Claire would get ready in a separate villa. Tradition, even when you're eloping. We'll bring her to the beach at 5, Aisha said. You'll already be there. 5 in the evening here, 7 in the morning in Chicago. Jessica's wedding, if it was still happening, would be starting soon. I didn't mention it. Didn't need to. I walked to the beach early. Navy suit, no tie, barefoot, sand warm under my feet. The bamboo arch stood 20 feet from the water. White flowers woven through the frame. Simple. Clean. No monogrammed napkins. No family crest nobody actually had. The photographer, a local guy named Ravi, positioned himself off to the side. Just act natural, he said. I'll capture everything. The officiant arrived. Older woman, English accent, kind eyes. Ready? More than I've ever been. Music started. Something instrumental. Acoustic guitar from a speaker hidden in the palms. Claire appeared at the end of the beach path. White dress, knee length, hair down, barefoot like me. No father to give her away, no bridesmaids flanking her, just her, walking toward me, smiling. She reached the arch, took my hands. The officiant kept it simple, short. No long speeches about the sanctity of marriage or family legacies. Nathan, your vows. I looked at Claire, tried to remember what I'd written, forgot all of it. You chose me when my family didn't. You saw me when they saw a wallet. I choose you. Every time. Her eyes went bright. Not crying. Just bright. Claire, your vows. She squeezed my hands. You chose yourself. That's what I love most. I get to marry the version of you who doesn't apologize for having boundaries. We exchanged rings, simple gold bands. Bought in Chicago at a jewelry store near our apartment. Nothing engraved, didn't need it. You may kiss your bride. I kissed her. Sunset behind us. Ocean in front. Ravi's camera clicking somewhere to the left. She whispered, we did it. We did. Champagne on the beach after. Real champagne this time. Not airplane bottles. Our feet in the water. Waves rolling in. Rolling out. No seating chart drama. No cousin asking for the first dance. Just 2 people and commitment. Revolutionary. Back at the villa, I opened Instagram. Found the best photo. Us kissing under the arch. Ocean in the background. Sunset coloring everything gold. Uploaded it. Caption. Married our way. Wave emoji. Tagged the location. Maldives. Didn't tag family. They weren't invited anyway. Showed Claire before posting. Ready? Send it. Posted. 7:23 in the evening here. 9:23 in the morning Chicago time. Notifications started immediately. Claire's friends. My college roommate. People who actually cared. Stunning. You look so happy. This is perfect. I muted my phone. We went to dinner. The resort restaurant had outdoor seating. Teppanyaki grill. Chef flipping shrimp into his hat. Theatrical. Ridiculous. Fun. Halfway through dinner, Claire's phone rang. Her mom. Honey, your Instagram? It's beautiful. Are you okay? We're perfect. Nathan's mother is calling everyone. She's telling people you eloped out of spite. We eloped because we wanted to. Pause. Patricia's voice softer. Jessica's wedding is apparently a mess. Something about the venue. Claire hung up. Looked at me. Want to know? Not really. But I checked Emma's texts anyway. Jessica's venue flooded this morning. Burst pipe. Wedding postponed. Mom is losing it. Everyone's asking about your post. I showed Claire. She started laughing. Couldn't stop. Hand over her mouth. Shoulders shaking. I started too. Both of us laughing at a table with strangers on either side. Chef pausing mid-flip to look at us. I didn't plan that, I said. The universe did. We finished dinner. Walked back to the villa holding hands. Stars out. No light pollution. Could see everything. I turned my phone back on. 87 notifications. The group chat I'd left had been recreated. Hayes Family 2.0 with 32 members. I wasn't in it. But Emma had screenshot it and sent it to me. My mother's message at the top. Nathan and Claire deliberately sabotaged Jessica's wedding with black magic or karma or something. They chose this specific date to hurt us. Claire read over my shoulder. Want to respond? I smiled. Not yet. Let them marinate. Put the phone down. Looked at my wife. My actual wife. Sitting on the deck of an overwater villa. Fish swimming below. Ocean stretching forever. Worth it? She asked. Every penny. We stayed offline for 2 days. Snorkeling, room service, private sandbank dinner where we were the only 2 people for a mile. On day 3, Claire said, we should probably look. I opened my phone. 247 notifications. 3 voicemails from my mother. 1 from a number I didn't recognize. Ready? I asked. Hit me, Claire said. I put the voicemails on speaker. First one. My mother. Day of the wedding. Voice shaking. You humiliated your cousin. Her venue flooded. She has nowhere to go. This is your fault. Second one. Day after. Voice harder now. People are commenting on your post asking what happened. You need to delete it and apologize. Third one. Unknown number. Aunt Carol. You ruined Jessica's wedding with your selfishness. She's devastated. You'll pay for this. Claire looked at me. Your mom thinks you control plumbing now? Apparently I'm a weather witch. He'd been promoted from ATM to warlock. Career growth. Deleted all 3. Moved to social media. Jessica's Facebook. Public post from wedding day. Devastated doesn't begin to cover it. Our venue flooded hours before our ceremony. We lost everything. Meanwhile, some people are living it up in the Maldives on what was supposed to be our shared day. Coincidence? I don't think so. Hashtag family betrayal. Hashtag karma is real. 124 comments. Mix of support and confusion. Someone. Wait, shared day? What? Jessica's reply. My cousin canceled the venue we were supposed to share. Another comment. So he canceled his own wedding venue, and you're mad? Jessica didn't respond to that one. I screenshot everything. Didn't reply. Just documented. Claire watched over my shoulder. She's telling people you caused a flood. With my mind, apparently. That's a skill. Should put it on my resume. My phone buzzed. Text from Emma. Can we talk? Actually talk? I called her. First family call since the airport. I'm sorry, she said. I didn't know how bad it was. How bad what was? Mom's been telling everyone you make $300,000 a year and refuse to help family. I make $140, and I've helped plenty. I saw your spreadsheet. I did the math. She's been lying. Pause. I could hear traffic on her end. She was outside somewhere. Jessica's venue was $3,000, Emma said. Budget place. The flooding. The owner said it happens every few years. They knew it was risky. And Mom's blaming me? Mom needs someone to blame. That's not her golden niece. I didn't respond. Let the silence sit. I've been low contact for 6 months, Emma said. You didn't know because I didn't tell anyone. Easier that way. Why 6 months? They asked me to co-sign a loan for Jessica's wedding. I said no. Mom called me selfish. I stopped answering. I laughed. Couldn't help it. Welcome to the club. It's a good club. I scrolled through DMs, messages from extended family. 3 cousins apologizing. We didn't know the full story. Uncle Mike, Dad's brother. Your spreadsheet was eye-opening. I've been covering their car insurance for 2 years. 2 college cousins. Thanks for helping with our textbooks. Sorry we commented before knowing facts. But Aunt Carol doubled down in a separate message. You're still selfish. Family helps family. I started typing a response. I did help, for 4 years, to the tune of $83,000, while being excluded from events and disrespected. That's not family. That's servitude. Stared at it. Deleted it. Blocked Aunt Carol instead. Blocking family takes 1 click. Unblocking boundaries takes years. He chose the click. My father called that afternoon. We were on the resort beach. Umbrella overhead. Claire reading a book beside me. Your mother wants to talk. I don't. She's sorry. She called me selfish, crashed my airport departure, and blamed me for a burst pipe. She's going through something. For 4 years? Long silence. Waves in the background on my end. TV in the background on his. I saw what you paid, he said. I didn't realize. You cashed the checks. I thought it didn't matter to you, the money. It mattered that I was only valuable for it. More silence. Emma won't talk to us either. You've both what? Set boundaries? He hung up. I stared at my phone, waiting to feel guilty, waiting for regret. Felt nothing. Customs line at O'Hare, back in the US, back to reality. Claire adjusted her bag on her shoulder. Ready for reality? Define reality. Your mom knows where we live. I'm changing the locks, she laughed. Thought I was joking. I wasn't. Uber home. I stayed quiet. Checked messages I'd ignored all morning. Mom. We need to talk in person, Jessica. You owe me for my venue deposit, $1,500, since you ruined everything. Aunt Carol. Lawyer says you might be liable, showed Claire. Liable for what? She said. Weather? Apparently. Our apartment. Mail piled on the floor inside the door. Bills, catalogs. One envelope with handwriting I recognized. My mother's. Opened it. Card inside. Floral design. Elegant script on the front. To my son on his wedding day. Inside. I'm sorry you chose to exclude your family. I hope you'll reconsider. Love, Mom. A check paper clipped to the card. $50. Date on the check. September 12th. 2 days before the wedding. She'd written it before the airport. Before the confrontation. Before everything. Showed Claire. She sent a guilt trip and $50. She sent it before we even left, Claire said. She assumed you'd fold. That's exactly what she'd assumed. Cancel Maldives. Reinstate venue. Take the $50 as a token contribution. I tore up the check, opened my laptop, typed an email. I'm going no contact for the foreseeable future. Don't call, don't visit, don't send cards with guilt and small bills. When I'm ready to talk, I'll reach out. Don't wait for that call. Sent it to both parents. Blocked their numbers. Blocked their emails. Blocked their social media. Claire hugged me from behind. Proud of you. 3 months later. December. Our apartment decorated for Christmas. Tree in the corner. Stockings for 2. No family photos on the mantle except our wedding photo from the beach. Emma came over for dinner. New tradition. Every other week. Mom asked me to ask you to come to Christmas, she said. And? I told her to ask you herself. She won't. Then I won't go. Emma picked at her pasta. Jessica got married in November. Small ceremony, courthouse thing. Didn't invite me either. We laughed. All 3 of us. Claire brought out our wedding album. Printed photos from Maldives. Professional quality. Worth every penny of the photographer's fee. Emma flipped through. This is beautiful. You look so happy. I was. Are, Emma corrected. Present tense. Am. Later, after Emma left, Claire and I sat on the couch. Wedding photo on the mantle catching lamplight. Regret anything? She asked. The 4 years before I set boundaries, not a second after. She leaned into me. We sat like that. Silent. Content. New Year's Day. Check the mailbox. Postcard. Generic Chicago skyline photo. Touristy. Cheap. Flipped it over. Handwritten message. Heard you had a beautiful wedding. Sorry I missed it. Uncle Mike. Below that. Stopped paying their insurance. Feels good. Happy New Year. I put it on the fridge with a magnet. Texted Emma. Uncle Mike sent a postcard. Emma. He's out too. We should start our own group chat. Me. The functional ones? Emma. The ones who escaped. I smiled. Created a new group chat. Named it Boundaries Work. Added Emma, Uncle Mike, Claire. Typed the first message. Welcome to the family we chose. Emma replied with a heart. Uncle Mike with a thumbs up. Claire kissed my shoulder. Outside, fireworks started. Someone celebrating the new year early. I looked at my phone. At the group chat with 3 people who actually gave a damn. At the postcard on the fridge from an uncle who'd finally said no. At my wife beside me, who'd seen me at my weakest and loved me anyway. He'd paid $83,000 for family approval. Got none. Paid $11,000 for a Maldives elopement. Got peace. Return on investment. Infinite. 4 years of checks written to people who saw him as an ATM, not a son. 4 years of emergency loans that were never emergencies, never loans. 4 years of being the reliable one, the generous one, the one who'd always say yes because saying no meant being selfish, difficult, ungrateful. And what did yes get him? A hijacked wedding. A mother at the airport. A cousin blaming him for plumbing. But no got him something better. A wife who chose him. A sister who understood. An uncle who followed his lead. A life where love wasn't transactional, where family meant more than blood, where boundaries weren't walls, they were foundations. The venue held 200 people. The marriage needed 2. Math worked out perfectly.